Hey everybody, it's Tyler with Gaia Force Gaming, and we took a little week off. I had some stuff for work that it was a really busy week with work that I had to do, so we took a week off events. We're a little playing catch up on gameplay videos and commentary. I've got the games recorded, I just got to catch up on commentary and recording some, so sorry about the small gap in content, but I want to talk about some of these deck lists. So these deck lists will be from 3 weeks ago, because we did skip a week last week, and then this current week, but it's all the same format, for the most part the same meta. The only big difference is the in-person regionals happened before the second event, so I could have, you know, messed with the meta a little bit, but we have a lot more regionals coming up. So far we've had the 1 online regionals, 1 in-person regionals. So we got a lot of stuff, a lot of meta development, a lot of really cool decks. We can see how it kind of shakes up the GFG events. GFG events, we've always had some really good players. Just like huge shout outs. A lot of GFG regulars did really well in the first online regionals. So big shout outs to you guys. This community is awesome. Just goes to show you guys that if you come play in our events, you get really good testing in against really good players, and it helps you execute days you need to. I'm saying a lot because I'm out of practice. I haven't recorded commentary in a little bit, but anyway, let's talk about these lists. So on the 18th, we had a 3-round event. And we're going to talk about the top 4 deck lists, starting with Jalen here. He went 2-1, and he was playing Rapid Mon. A really interesting build on Rapid Mon, so let's take a look. We got the Tanamon Egg. When an effect suspends a Tamer, you get plus 2k. Not bad. And then he had the when this Digimon is suspended, gets plus 1000 DP. So opting out of the new eggs, we've got 3 of the EX4 Terriermon, 4 of the starter deck Terriermon, 4 of the starter deck Lopamon, and that's it for rookies. We got 3 of the starter Gargo, which, you know, gives itself jamming, 4 of that starter Rapid, which is super strong, 4 of the other Rapid, also strong, 2 Mega Kabuterimon Ace, which is the Blast evolution, and it's on play. It gives one of your Digimon 3k till the end of your opponent's turn. Then if your opponent's Digimon is attacking, you could switch the target to Mega Kabuterimon, and if it's suspended, it is unaffected by Digimon effects. It's all turns effect. So honestly, not that bad. I could see it being really good in this kind of a shell. We got 4 of the starter deck Rapidmon, the level 5 one, 4 of the Mega Gargo Ace, which is such a killer boss monster. 3 agility training, 3 double typhoon, 2 giant missile, and 2 heaven's judgment. So a heavy like option removal package, which is pretty crazy to see. 3 Willis, 2 of the memory tamer Henry, and 3 of the warp evo Henry. So pretty interesting take on the Rapidmon deck, but pretty interesting take, and I think it did pretty well. So congrats to Jalen. Up next we do have Ethan, also going 2-1. Oh no. So let's take a look at his deck. I also played Rapidmon. So we do have the 1 of the old Kokomon, and 4 of the new Gummymon, 3 of the Floodgate Terrier, 3 of the EX Terrier, 4 starter Terrier, 3 starter Lopamon, 2 Gargo, 4 of each Rapid, 4 of each Rapid, including the level 5s there, 4 Mega Gargo, a single Quartz, 1 Green Boost, 3 Agility Training, 3 Double Typhoon, 2 Giant Missile, 2 Mimi, 4 Willis, 1 Henry, and 2 of the Warp Henry. So again, this is more of the standard build that we're used to seeing from the Typhoon Cup. Didn't realize I was overlapping here, but we'll leave it. And yeah, I think Rapid right now is in a pretty decent spot. It's only getting more support in BT16 with the Rapid X, which is a killer card. The Terrier X killer card. Makes this really just blast off into a very powerful archetype. So yeah, congrats there to Ethan. Then second place we did have Michael. Michael was playing the Numemon deck, playing the Agumon version that did really well at the online regionals. So it just has a small package with the Agumon and Agumon X, and we'll go over that here. So we got the 4 Sunomon, 1 Tokomon, the standard black eggs if you're running the black package, into the Numemon deck. 3 Agumon X, which is really cheeky because it lets you search out X antibody cards, which is pretty nice. 3 Chumon, 4 of the Agumon, 4 Ukomon. This Agumon just good for getting that memory, and also the inheritable does come up in this deck if you are evolving over him, where if a target is redirected, you gain a memory, which, you know, you get a lot of inherited blocker in this deck, so it comes up. 4 Gary, 4 of the Rush Nume with that inheritable blocker, 4 Nume X, 2 of the Search Nume, which has inheritable blocker if you are a Nume or a Monzemon, 2 Waru Monzemon, 4 Monze X, 4 of the RB Monzemon, 3 Plats, 1 Venus, a Shine, a Merciful Mode, a Protoform, 2 Satsuki, and 2 Cool Boy, and a Louis. So overall, I tried the Agumon package. It didn't work great for me. It was like I was getting the X antibody pieces off the Nume searches and the Nume pieces off the X antibody searches, and it just wasn't stellar. So I went back to my original build. I'm still messing around with Numemon. I think it's a really fun archetype with a lot of legs, but that is how he ran it. So congrats to Michael on second place, and the winner 3 weeks ago was Isaac with Devas. The egg's not here, it didn't pour it in, but it was the Demi Merrimon from the EX set from Animal Coliseum. So the pitch 1 to draw 2 if it's a level 5 or higher, just to get more draw power off that Ukomon. We're playing 3 of the Sindura, 3 of the Keturah, 2 Makora, 1 Mejara, I'm gonna butcher all of these, 2 Vajra, 2 Kumbira, 1 Indra, 1 Sandira, 1 Pajira, we got 2 of the Antilomon, and then we got 2 Bahi, 4 Azulong. Azulong definitely the champion. Like, Azulong's so strong in so many archetypes. Mega Gargo Ace, which is actually a big sleeper hit in Devas. It's really strong because it is such a great boss monster. It just doesn't have the keyword, but definitely worth running in this deck. We got the 1 in Banwu, 2 of the Zhaoquemon, Zhushui, however you pronounce it. People keep telling me how and I keep forgetting. 4 Fanglong, 4 of each option, a Memory Setter Tai from the starter deck 15, which is really strong in this archetype. Genai, which has found a place in this archetype as well, just to be able to push out a level 5 and then blast if necessary. And then 4 Analog Youth. So just undefeated. Devas is a pretty solid archetype in this meta. And overall, just, I think it's pretty strong. I'm going to fix this because it is starting to bother me a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit smaller. There we go. Anyway, so congrats to Isaac for the first place finish with Devas, and then we fast forward 2 weeks to April Fool's Day itself, and we have the top 4 lists from this most recent event. At the time of recording, this was just last night. So let's take a look, starting with Ethan's 4th place deck, playing bunnies again. If we look, I don't think much has changed from the last one, but he's got the same eggs, only 2 Floodgate Terriers. Other than that, the same rookie lineup. We got 2 Gargos, 4 of each Rapid, 4 Mega Gargo, 1 Quartz, adding in the Leopardmon X Antibody, which lets you play a green Digimon from your hand. When it would be played by this effect, you reduce it by 4. And then if it has X Antibody or Leopard in its cost, you reduce more, but that's never going to come up. Once per turn, when you play a Digimon, you may return one of your opponent's Digimon 5k or less to the hand. For each other Digimon, add 3,000. So it's just a little bounce card. I wonder how that worked out for him, if he really liked it. I didn't catch any of the games. But we have the Quartz, we have the HPD, Green Memory Boost, 2 Agility Training, 3 Double Typhoon, 2 Giant Missile, 2 Mimi, which can really add aggro, 4 Willis, 1 of the Memory Henry, and 2 of the Rush Henry. So that was his 2-1 finish with Rapidmon. And then we have Christopher, and he was playing Devas. No eggs here, so he might have just not been playing eggs because he doesn't have Ukomon. Maybe he was playing Mother. He didn't submit eggs, so I'm going to assume there were no eggs. We're going to see pretty similar Devas list. It's going to come down to preference of ratios. So the 3 Sindura, 3 Centura, 2 Makura, 1 Vajra, 1 Kambira, 3 Indra, 3 Sindira, 1 Pajira, 3 Antilomon, and then we got 4 Azulong, 2 Mega Gargo, 3 Abuwung, 2 of the Jushui, 4 Fanglong, which is the must. Oh, Mom's right here. I just didn't go to the front for some reason. And then 4 of the Loyalty Deeper, 3 of the Sovereign Ultimate Formation, 2 Heaven's Judgment, which is a great removal option for Devas, 2 Genai, and 4 Analog Youth. Going X1, like I said, Deva's very solid. Like the little stealth boost from the Mega Gargo Ace is strong. Then second place, we have Chris Hayes with their yellow vaccine build. Again, another like stealth boost to this deck from the starter deck with the new Rapidmons. We'll see that in the future for sure. Vaccine Rapid was really popular in Japan. They've got 4 Tokomon, 1 Yaromon for the eggs. We have the 3 Kudomon that searches, 4 of that BT14 Patamon, of course, 3 of the Salmon that lets you, add a card from your security stack to your hand, and then if you have 2 or less, you can place a vaccine at the top or bottom. Just a cute little BT15 Salmon. 2 Pillowmon, which is really good into a lot of decks in this format. 2 Starter Rapid, 2 of the Angemon. We have the BT15 Gatomon, so when it's trashed from the security, you can play it without paying the cost. It has Barrier. When a card is removed from your security stack, you gain a memory. 2 of the Old School Rapid. 1 Magna Angie Ace, 4 Angie-Woman Ace, 4 of the Cheerymon. So the EX5 Cheerymon, you could trash the top side of your security stack to unsuspend it. Just a little bit of aggression, and its inherited effect is when attacking. If you have 6 or fewer total cards in both security, you can place 1 yellow card from your hand on top of your security stack. We got the Venus, the Seraphi, we have the Mitamamon, who is just a powerhouse of control. 1 Ruin Mode, 3 Messenger of Hope, 1 Revelation of Light, 2 Physical Training, 3 of the Control Kari, which is really cool to see in the yellow deck, because it will proc Revelation of Light, and it will also just keep your opponent very taxed. 3 of the TK, and 1 Memory Kari. So honestly, this is pretty solid vaccine deck, like for the updated build. I think Vaccine is a really strong archetype. It has a lot of support, it has a lot of tools. And there it is, second place from Chris. So good job, Chris. And the winner last night was Hung Lee with Devas. So we do see Devas again. Devas is very strong into this format, into this meta, into what people are playing. So we have the ratios of choice by Hung. We have 3 Sindura, 3 Katura, 2 Makura, 1 what is this one? I don't think any of the other Devas players were playing this one. Oh, you get unsuspend, so it's a little bit board clearing if they have a bunch of suspended guys. But we have the 1 Kambira, 3 Indra, 2 Sindira, 1 Pajira, 4 Antilomon, really going in on the Antilo, 4 Azulong, 1 Mega Gargo, 3 Abonwu, 2 Jushui, 4 Fanglong, just got the 2 Reaper, just eggs, if you need it, 4 of each option, 2 Heaven's Judgment, 2 Genai, and 4 Analog Youth. So congrats to Hung on going undefeated. Congrats to everyone. Thank you all for playing. You know I appreciate it. This meta is really cool. Like, there's a lot of people who share the sentiment that they don't love the meta because they don't know what to play. There's nothing that's really pulling them in one direction, so to speak. But I think that I really like open metas that have a bunch of different good decks and isn't just dominated by one. I mean, when we've seen metas that are super oppressive and dominated by one archetype or one or two, I feel like the community on the whole like hates that. Like, everyone's always like, oh, we don't want to play into this blank meta of this blank deck, and then we get a really open meta and everyone's like, I don't know what to play. And it's just like, it's a really good time to pick a deck that's solid, an archetype that has support, and put some time and effort into really like honing your skill with it. And like, these kind of open metas really benefit the people who want to put the time into learning their deck, their archetype, their playstyle a little bit more fleshed out, because it isn't as I don't want to say autopilot, because that takes away the effort that people put in to the other formats, because that the effort is still there. Like, this is a really good time to explore the way you want to play the game and the archetypes you want to explore and get good with. And being in an open meta means that you won't get instantly shut down by certain decks that you might see all the time. Like, obviously every deck will have a silver bullet or a bad matchup, which is okay. That's what we love. That's the roulette that makes the game a little interesting. But I don't feel like you're locked out of any deck choice, and that's really fun. Other than that, announcements and stuff, we're gonna keep doing these events. I really enjoy the community we've made. I think people appreciate the events and the practice they get at the events. Life's been busy. I've been working on my career. I've been working on my self-growth. I've been trying to practice more myself so that I could get back on those top tables. But it's hard to find balance, and at the end of the day, I'm not just a number on a sheet of paper, so it'll be all right. I'm having fun with the game still. I feel like I'm doing pretty well. I'm learning more than I'm losing, but I'm still losing a lot, which means I'm learning even more, baby. Other than that, we've got some cool stuff coming up. New playmat design in the works from a new artist that we haven't worked with before. I'm excited to show that off. There was a little teaser on Twitter a little bit ago. Other than that, just message me if you have any questions. Hit me up on Discord. Join the Discord. Take place in these tournaments. It's the best way to get better as a player, as a person. We've got a really good community with some really great people who love to help each other out and build each other up. I can't really think of anything else, but I love you guys. Be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and I'll see you guys around.